All right, what's going on, everybody? All right, welcome to another live stream. Glad we had some people waiting. Thanks for waiting around. Okay, all right, let's get into this drawing here. So I think focus on his. Yo, Trisha, Groovin, Amanda, what's happening? I'm gonna start with the body, I think. It's the main part. This reference photo you guys can see. So if I can place the body and figure out the head from there. So let's figure out how big I want this thing. You guys know I kind of usually do minimal type of work. So small and minimal, something I can do in like hour and a half. So let's see if I can get a quick something in here quick, and I'll tweak it where need be. Something like that. We have these reflections coming down. Worry about those later, but basically right here. And the head actually comes, swoops back and goes up right about there. Something like that. All just guesstimating. Just guesstimating. Anyway, how's everybody's Friday going? Glad it's Friday. Too bad the holiday's on a Sunday coming up. 4th of July. Kind of bummer. Wish it was like on a Monday or something. You just painted a lemon man? That's kind of cool. My Friday's okay. I mean, not, okay, I guess. All right, just got to focus on. Now I'm going to focus on the head and then get the beak from there. So try to figure out angles of the head, how the head comes off of the neck, and how far it goes out. So I'm literally drawing the head without the beak. Just trying to focus how big the head is compared to the body. I might need to end up tweaking the body a little bit, and that's okay. I just put it down just as a starting point. It might need to come out a little bit longer, out to here. Now that I kind of drew the head a little bit larger, but I'm actually okay with it, so I'm not going to change the head. I'm actually going to adapt the body a little bit. So I think that fits a bit better than what I had. Now I can figure out the beak from here, kind of. Something like that. And the way to make this look more goose-like is going to be the shading and this particular white spot on the head. And slight hint of an eye here. I think the beak's a little too long. There we go. Oh, really? Monday's an observed holiday? I didn't realize that. What's going on, Andy? Wow, chat is quiet today, man. You guys are quiet. What's going on? It's like a it's like a weird silence in the room, you know. All the loud talkative people they must be out enjoying their Friday already. Friday evening, I guess. It's all good. No worries. We can just chill. Doesn't bother me. It's just very surprising, that's all. I'm not bothered by it. Thanks, Lane. Yeah, I still haven't got to that chicken you want. I know. Trust me, I'm gonna get to it. Maybe next week I'll tackle it. I needed something easy today. Needed something easy to just, or hopefully easy, especially after yesterday. That kind of half of a failure yesterday of a painting. Kind of didn't feel too confident today. Just wanted to do something easy. But this was a pretty strong photo too, with the lighting and everything. So there is that as well. Okay. Going on asteroid. Senegal. That's cool. Well, from the UK, we got somebody from Senegal. Oh, that's cool, Romer. That should definitely be a really cool watercolor, no doubt. I mean, this kind of picture photo is would be pretty good for watercolor, I think. Definitely. Hope it goes well. Hope it goes well. Bruce, what's going on? Sun and sunflowers. Yep, sounds good. I mean, there's no real like beginning of my drawing of my videos. There's some videos I made just a few weeks ago. If you go to my channel and on the very top playlist, some very beginner videos for getting proportions and drawing really simple objects. So yeah, it's not really about the beginning of videos. It's just finding beginner type of videos. But I mean, you can watch this video and see how I sketched it. I mean, it's very simple. I'm literally haven't even measured anything. I'm just guesstimating. But the reason I'm able to do that is because I've done this so many times. Like over the years, like I used to never draw with measuring anything. I would just guesstimate everything. So I've just gotten used to being able to guesstimate things. I think the more you can just guesstimate and just eye it up, the better you're going to become at that. The stronger your guesstimating will be. So, Oh, my green screen needs to be closer. Let's see if that's better. It's still too high. Oh well, no big deal. Okay. So this will all be pen and ink shaded in. Just want to get the idea of what it looks like so far. Yeah, there's gonna be some light up here on the head, slightly. This is darker shadow. Dark shadow area there. Pretty dark under here. Yeah, no problem. Sun and flowers, no problem. What's going on, Matthias? Definitely time to goose around. Yeah, man. Sounds good, Delta. Hope it goes well. I would suggest start uploading videos though. Can't really sell merch if you don't have an audience. I know you probably know that, but yeah, just start creating, man. Just start creating. Worry about all the other stuff later. Priorities. Gotta have priorities. But glad you're thinking about all aspects of it though, you know. It's a good plan. No doubt. Hope it goes well. Okay, let's focus on it. I think this is pretty good. It's good enough for me right now anyway. This will all be in shadow as well, but it won't be as dark. It's a shadow, but not dark. So these reflections. Probably have to freehand. I don't know. I'm gonna draw the negative shape. So I'm gonna draw the sky. This is what I'm gonna leave the tone of the paper. Or at least try to. Goose's neck is casting a little triangular shadow. Yeah, I see it right here. I got it drawn in. It was just on a lighter area, so it's going to be the tone of the paper for me, most likely. So I didn't really shade that in. But you're definitely right. Yep, these reflections are going to be pain. Definitely a pain. Okay, there we go. It's probably good. So this will all be filled in except for some of these holes. Feel good about that. cool. I guess we'll see how this ends up turning out. Trying to visit in my head right now what it's gonna look like. So I'll try to make it happen. Yeah, exactly, Candy. The reflections and shadows in the water will be interesting. Yeah, definitely be interesting. Oh, thank you, Dorian, on Facebook, by the way. She said, I remember you did a plein air sketch of a goose or a duck some time ago. It was lovely, especially the water. Yeah, I did. I did. It's very similar to this one, actually. I'll show it real quick because it's kind of cool. Give me a second. Yeah, this one was pretty cool. I just gotta remember when I did it. That's the problem. It's like, when did I do it? Which sketchbook is it gonna be in? It was kind of like an overcast, but I mean, literally, this was like so close. Okay, not that sketchbook. Definitely not that one. Not that one. Okay, we're narrowing them down. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think it was this one. Fourth sketch, I think. 3, 4. There we go. Oh, it's flipped the other way. There we go. So if we were to flip this thing the other way, yeah, I mean, it's pretty close. But this was painted from life in December 2018. I was literally looking at it while painting it. So yeah, there was another goose I did. Probably one of my favorite plein air paintings ever. Let me see if I can find that one. I think it's this one from 2018. One of my favorite plein air paintings ever. Yeah, this one. This was also from Life 2018, November, I think, or October, something like that, of a goose. Really got the colors and everything. Like, imagine that goose just stood there for like 10 or 15 minutes. It's a little pond over here, and it's able to capture him. So, pretty cool, man. I've had some good experience with these geese, capturing them in my paintings and stuff. So, there we go. Just a little intermission before I start this pen and ink. Yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about, Dorian. Yeah. Thanks for watching on Facebook. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. And thanks for the comment, of course. Lane asks, are you going to add pen and ink? Are you going to add color to this pen and ink? Yeah, I think I am. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. Yeah, I really have no idea. Some kind of color somewhere, doing something. Even if it's just some kind of abstract rectangle or just something, yeah, I don't know, a bunch of different rectangles or circles or something. Yeah, I have no idea right now, but yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, these reflections, they're actually surprisingly easier to draw than I thought they would be. So hopefully it'll be okay with the pen and ink. Yeah, all I can do is try, you know. So that's what I'm here to do. Now I gotta find my pins. Which one's the right one? One of these is good and one of these is not too great. Just gotta test it up here in the margin. Okay, that one seems okay. This one seems a little dry. So I'm gonna use the okay one. Let's zoom in here. How far? Let's go really close. Let's see. Boom. Okay. Wow, Vivin, morning from Malaysia. Hey, thanks for tuning in on Facebook. Cool. Glad to hear that, Gabriel. Learned a lot watching your videos. Yeah, Lane, this sketchbook, I'm planning to add color to every pen and ink I do in this sketchbook. Just as an experiment and just as like, something different for this sketchbook to kind of experiment and play around with. So I'm gonna probably be trying a lot of different things, hopefully. I don't want to get stuck with like doing the same kind of background all the time. At least not yet. You know, there's a few different. I want to come up with a few different ways I can do the background and a few different processes. So it's kind of what I'm exploring with this sketchbook, I think. In the past, I've explored with the pen and ink backgrounds and such, and I kind of got an idea for what I like to do. Sometimes I like doing the white vertical lines, that always I really like how that looks. It's just bright and flat and just gives a nice look overall that appeals to me. So kind of want to figure out something similar maybe with these like splashes of color. Like, there's a few I've liked so far. And it's funny, I can't go back through the sketchbook anymore to really look through them because people have bought them. So like, there's only like two in there now or three, something like that. I think I've done three that have sold. Two of them were commissions, and then somebody bought one. Anina, she's not here right now, but she bought one the other day. So it's like I don't have I can't go back and look through. I'd have to go on my computer or online and look at the photos, the things that I did, which is fine. It's just funny how that happens. But it is interesting. As soon as I started adding color to these pen and inks, people are becoming way more interested in them. Last year I didn't really sell many drawings at all. Like, really didn't sell any of these pen and ink drawings, even though I did the pen and ink drawings half the time. The watercolors were everything that sold. People really like buying the paintings and the colorful things and the architecture. But when I do drawings of animals, not really many people interested compared to the watercolors. But as soon as I start adding a splash of colors to these, it's like people like wanting commissions, people are buying them. It's interesting. I mean, I'm definitely learning. It's showing me what people are attracted to. People like the color. People like the color, and I agree. I mean, I like the color too, definitely. But I do have some pretty good pen and ink drawings that I like that don't have any color. Hmm. Sounds good, Romare. Hope it turns out well. Hope the watercolor goes well. Anyway, guys, if you're tuning in, if you're here, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Hit the like button. Only takes 1 second. You might burn some calories doing it too, so it's always a benefit. If you're looking to burn some calories, hit the like button. Just takes a little ounce of effort. So much appreciated. Let's get into some of these feathers here a bit. Trying to try to keep it simplified for the most part. Good to hear, Delta. He says no dislikes on the live stream, as it should be. Yeah, cool, man. I don't even focus on the dislikes anyway. It's all good. It's funny, I was looking at one of my other videos I uploaded 2 weeks or last week. I uploaded like don't quit drawing. It has like 330 something likes, one dislike. One dislike. It's like, who is that person that disliked this video? Like somebody that probably quit drawing. You know what I mean? Like the video is called Don't Quit Drawing. It has one dislike. It's like, really? But it's all good. It's all good, man. I don't focus on that stuff anyway. I just want you guys to hit the like button so YouTube will recommend this thing to more people, you know? It's kind of like there's a certain amount of people commenting every few seconds or enough likes being hit, like YouTube will start recommending it to people, you know, in their little recommended feed. And that helps me grow. It helps me be able to do more of these, you know. The more people I get, the more chances of this drawing selling or painting selling, you know, more views, more stuff, you know, the whole, you know, annoying business side of this thing that is necessary, unfortunately. But you know, I'm just trying to enjoy it and do what I want to do, you know. I'm really not sure what to do with these feathers. I don't know if I like sit there and do all these little different layers and stuff, or do I just focus on the value? Not really sure. I'm gonna have to go back to that. I might just do like, I might make it look like feathers somehow, but I'll go back. I'm gonna have to go back to that in a bit. Let's focus on the overall main stuff first. You know, these reflections down here need some attention. Okay, gonna modify some stuff here. Should be okay though. Just, it was necessary. Just a little shape modification there. So this pencil is just a guide. So I can always change anything that I need to with the ink. Because the ink is forever, but not the pencil. Okay. Nice, nice. Let's see. Draw these little holes in the water. That looks like an outline here. The edge. There's a lot of like small thin lines and stuff over there. Gets a little wild. Gets a little crazy. Okay. All right. No worries, Sharon. It's all good. Yeah, I can understand people accidentally hit it. I think if you hit the dislike, if you just click dislike again, it'll undo it, I think. You can undo it. It's not like it's I don't think it's forever, but depends on what site you're on or whatever. But okay. Well, I don't know if I'm going to use much white pen here. I'm not really sure where to use the white pen, to be honest, Mom. Maybe on the front here. I don't know where else. Maybe in the water a little bit, but I also want to do some kind of color in the background, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. You know, so yeah, I'm not sure, but I agree. The white pen always does make it look very good, very nice. What do you think about digital drawing? I think it's really powerful. I think it's really cool. Um, just not for me. Is there any online free classes for art tutorials? YouTube, Google. I don't know any specifically, to be honest, because I don't use them. I just draw and do stuff. What is Persona 5 Delta? What is that? What does that mean? I need to know your language. It's got a big eye, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure, Mom. I'm not sure. There is white on the back at the bottom, but it's in shadow, so I might not put any white pen there or here either. Just leave it the tone of the paper because the water is actually brighter than these areas, it seems. So if I did white, it would be right here, and then the water, probably the bottom half of the water. But I want to do color here, so some kind of color stroke or spots or something that I haven't come up with yet. Uh, I think you meant to say what kind of pins are these? These are Pigma Micron '05 pins. Those are the kind I use. Um, in the past, I've used these as well. I've used these Prismacolor pins. Same thing. This is a different size, but these are a lot smaller. 005. It's like way smaller, like 10 times smaller or something. But yeah, I don't really use that one. That's like way too small for me. But they have other sizes too. Glad to hear, Vivin on Facebook. Thanks. Glad to hear. There's a link to the pins in the description on YouTube. What would you do if your parents don't support you for doing art, even though they know you love art? Uh, I don't know. I would, what do you mean they don't support you doing it? Like you get in trouble if you draw anything? Like what does that mean they don't support you? All right, so the head is the darkest part, so I'm just gonna try to get that shaded out of the way. Just try to go dark with it. There you go. My mom says do it anyway. So there we go. Do it anyway. Yeah, I was getting to that. I just wanted to know what he meant by don't support. I mean, you don't really need your parents' support, you know? No offense to my parents, but most parents don't know what they're talking about anyway. All the parents out there, you guys don't know what you're talking about. It's true. Most people don't know what they're talking about. Parents are just people, you know? That's what it comes down to. They try to do their best, you know? They want to help you. They want you to have a good life most of the time. And most of the time, they're wrong. And that's okay. We all learn. We're all at different stages of our life. Some parents are immature, you know, it's just some parents they're engineers or they don't have that kind of creativity. They don't understand it. And it's okay. It's not a big deal. Well, Darko, I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. I have another job. I do make money from this art, but I don't make a living yet. So it's probably wise to try to work on it full time as much as you can and try to, turn it into something. But if you can't eat, you can't survive from it, then what are you going to do? You got to find another way to make money somewhere until you can, I've been working at this thing for, I've been doing art like this for 10 years now, and I'm just now starting to understand the business side of it and how to go about it. So it's a long road, man. It's a long, tough road. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. And some people are happy with that. Some people find a job they love and then they go home and they create all the art they want because they're making money so they can buy materials and all kinds of stuff. And they just do it on the weekends or they do it on the weeknights. Like if that's what people want to do, that's fine. I think you just have to find your own place and find your own thing. And don't worry about what your parents think or whatever. Yep, you have to do what makes you happy. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do, basically. Yeah. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on coloring pens that come with brush, fine liner heads? Any tips to use it on portraits? Coloring pens that come with brush. You mean like these kinds of things? Like, are you talking like alcohol markers? Got like a fine point and a fat point? Are you talking pens or are you talking markers? I'm not really sure what you mean. Are you talking like a brush pen tip like this? Like, do you have a brand in specific? Like, what are you talking about? Tips on using them on portraits? Not really. I mean, I don't really color stuff with pens. I do shading and stuff like this, but as far as color goes, yeah, I'm no good with that. I can do watercolor, I can do painting, but when it comes to drawing and coloring, not really my area of expertise at all. Don't really have any experience with that, unfortunately, or any desire. I kind of just stick with what I know, what I like to do. Yeah, let's try to just make some kind of feathery. I think I can just make it up, or just looking at what's there, I think I can suggest some layers of feathers and stuff somehow, hopefully. But I don't want to get too detailed with it because I want to focus on the overall value here. But just having a little bit of texture could be useful. No offense taken with what you said about parents. Oh, Glad to hear that. Yeah. Hey, man, some people just don't know. They just don't, when I sit there and do research all day, reading books, watching videos, learning from other artists, seeing what they did, and then I go tell my parents, this is all theoretical. Go tell my parents like, "Oh, I could do it this way, I can do this." And they haven't done they don't know what you've seen or what you've read or what you know. Like they're not going to know. Like it's just reality. Some people just they don't know that thing. They don't know that stuff. People aren't going to know what you know, and you can't expect them to understand if they don't know what you know. It doesn't sound like they don't. By the way, Darko, it doesn't sound like they don't support your art. It just like it seems like they want you to just be cautious about it. Like, you don't want to like waste all your savings like just trying to be an artist for the first few months, and then you have to go get a job anyway, and then you're out of money, and then like and then you're completely depressed and all the stuff. Like, you gotta go about it a smart way. You gotta have a plan. It's gotta be really planned out if you want to do something like that. And I'm guessing you're kind of young, so like you still got years to like think about it and talk to people and figure it out. I've had a graphic design job for 8 years now, so it's just something you got to do. And I'm trying as hard as I can to get out of that place and just do my own thing like this. You know, that's what I'm here doing right now, just practicing and put some content out. But anyway, real quick, guys. Be sure to check out my website, schaeferfineart.com. I got some pen and ink drawings for sale on there, or just if you're curious of what I do. Also have some watercolors as well. So for anybody new out there, definitely go check this out and see the work that I do. And if you've been here a while, you like the streams, you like what I do, you can donate to me, PayPal, Venmo. I got t-shirts available. I got a Patreon page, and I also have a Bandcamp page where I make music in my free time. So those are many ways to support me, and you'll find that page on my website. The link just says support. You can click that and just read on there and see all the different ways to support me if you want to do something like that. So greatly appreciated, folks. Thanks for tuning in today. Hopefully this will be a nice drawing when we finish it. We'll have something nice to look at. I think the process is going pretty well. This looks like feathers, I think, to some extent. Now I just need to shade them, and it'll kind of give more form to this thing overall. So that's what I'm slowly working towards right now. It's getting into the shading of all this stuff. And I'm not really sure how to shade these feathers. I think I'm just going to go this way, horizontal. Uh, yeah, seems to be a good method. Just kind of follow the form of these feathers a bit. I don't know, I'm doing something a little bit different now. I'm kind of trying to explore. Do I do commissions? Yeah. Um, I do commissions. Just send me an email or go on my website, go to my contact page. But if it's something I'm interested in drawing, then I'll do it. But yeah, I'm open to accepting commissions definitely. Just experimenting here with different shading techniques. You know, usually I do like the vertical lines like this, and I'll probably have to make this a bit darker towards the end of the drawing here, since this is pretty solidly black. I don't want to make it solid, but it's going to need to be a little bit darker. But I'll work up towards that. We'll get there. Yeah, I'm not sure what your question is. Yes, interesting. Interesting name, by the way. So I received a gift from family members, ink type double-headed color. Oh, so you received a pen like that. Oh, okay. I usually do portraits with pencils and stumps for shading. Any recommendations on what type of art is suitable? I don't know. I don't know. If I got something like that, I would just start experimenting. I would just start drawing a bunch of stuff. Like figure out what it says you're interested in portraits and stuff. So try to draw portraits with them and see how it comes out, you know? Just really play around with them and see what they're capable of. Maybe you don't even like it. Maybe you don't like that kind of pen. And that's okay. I mean, you don't have to just because it's a gift. I mean, you want to like it hopefully, but maybe you don't. Maybe it's just not your thing. But I would try a bunch of stuff, you know, maybe do like sketches with it and you know, you'll find some kind of use for it, I'm sure. If you just keep playing with it, playing around with it. Yeah, we're getting some nice shading here. Trying to just keep these, you know, kind of losing some of the feathers and stuff, but I think we'll show texture in the light areas, I guess. You know, it's just, I'm just gonna keep going. Nothing I can really do. You know, I'm not trying to be too detailed here. I'm just want to show a little bit of texture and yeah, something like that. I don't know. Raven Moon asks, do you use different size tips for different areas of your artwork? Not usually, not usually. I might experiment with that more in the future, to be honest. I was even thinking with this one to do like a thicker outline around the whole thing, but maybe not. Um, Usually I'll just thicken up the line where I need to. Like if I want something to have like a thicker area of a line like over here, I'll thicken up the line, but I won't really change the size of the tip. Haven't really done that before. Maybe once or twice in the past, but I don't know that I really enjoyed the look of it, if I'm being honest. Yeah, just just do a bunch of stuff, Just yeah, I don't really know much about coloring or ink or stuff, I kind of just do my own thing and I don't have a ton of knowledge about different things or usages how ways you could use it. I would just try to find some inspiration online and see what you can come up with. Oh, I'm getting impatient right now with all these little marks and stuff. Starting to get impatient. That's why I can't do detailed stuff like this because it just drives me crazy. I haven't even got to the reflections yet. Luckily, we're getting there in like 1 second. We'll be there. Okay, pretty good, I think. see what this looks like as a whole. Guess it looks okay. This area is a bit darker, so I'll probably just go over it randomly, try to darken it. Just kind of scribble over it. Try to fade it out more at the top as well. There we go. There's some shading back here. What's going on, King B? Arts, I'm doing well. Thanks, Raven. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's coming out okay so far. It's different. It's different than what I normally do. Definitely different. But I think we got some good texture here and stuff. Some good shading. We're getting close to it. At least. I think once I'll put these reflections in pretty. I think I'm gonna put them in pretty flat looking. Just so there's a contrast. So I'll probably do horizontal because everything's pretty horizontal except for the head, which is fine. This thing's pretty vertical anyway. So cut water? What do you mean? What is cut water? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Simon. Try to do it like this. Put some slight variations in it. I'll go back over it one more time. But for now, I'm going to try to give it one overall shade. Because when I squint, it's pretty much one overall value. With a little bit of variation. Having his own conversation, yeah. It seems like it. Nobody's talking with him. Yeah, this pen is starting to get old. There's only so many hundreds of thousand times you can make a stroke before this tip just doesn't last as much. Thanks, Dorian. on Facebook. She says lots of nice detail on the body. Yeah, I agree. You know, it's really suggestion of detail, really. If you look at it, you know, I just got these little squigglies for the feathers and then shaded over top of it, so. No worries, Simon. It's all good. I'm just trying to figure out what you're referencing, that's all. Sorry guys, just trying to stay focused here. It's not really difficult anyway. It's just kind of like, it's just monotonous at this point. It's kind of, but I think it's gonna look good. It's getting a little wild on this side. It's hard to maintain the long strokes straight across because the areas get smaller and smaller. Like I said, probably have to darken this whole thing just to make it stand out a little bit more. But for now, it's pretty good. So are you guys seeing any pattern for like a splash of color in the background yet? Um, nope, I'm not bothered. Don't worry. Don't worry. What's going on? Vasanta Kumar? What's going on, bro? Glad you can make it. Half circle? You mean like back here? Bloop? What do you mean by? Or oh, that could be cool to have it like over here and then go through its head, like half circle like that, like a sun or something going behind him. Is that what you're talking about, Lane? Even though I just did a circle on the last drawing, I could do different. I could do different colors or something. I don't know. I don't know. Let's try to darken this overall, I guess. Let's try to make these areas stand out a bit more. Little sky holes in the water. Those are pretty important for getting this to look good. Okay, it's pretty good, I think. So now I'm going to look at this thing overall. I mean, I should have already been looking at it overall, but so have I ever worked with markers, alcohol based or otherwise? Yeah, I do have some of those, but I've never really done anything like I've never really done like actual piece with them or anything. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Thanks, Southpaw. Appreciate it. I try my best. Try my best. Pale light blue in the back. Yeah, see, this is what I did. This is what I did 2 days ago. I'll show you. 3 days ago, something like that. Show you. So this is what I did on the last drawing. I kind of don't want to repeat something like this. So uh, yeah, I kind of want to do something different for this one. Now what that is, I don't know, but um, yeah. So let's look at this overall. Is there anything that needs to be darkened? So if I look at this, maybe the head we can try to darken a bit more in some areas. 'Cause it should be pretty dark. Even in this light part, could be a little bit darker, but we'll still keep the, you could still make it look like it's in light, especially if I darken this little triangular shadow area. Look like a shadow is being cast. This part should be a bit darker. Looks like probably this whole bottom part. Try to just go over it a little bit with some hatching. Really solidify this bottom line. There we go. That looks a lot better, I think. Get a little bit of light there. It's pretty nice, actually. I think that looks better. Um, Definitely looks better overall. Just trying to get a little more form here, possibly. How to become a successful artist, bro? I'm 17 years old. Any advice, tips? Just do a lot of art, man. Just do a lot of art and just start sharing it. Just do a lot of art and start sharing it. There's a lot of stuff, It depends on what success means to you. Are you trying to make a living from it? You're trying to just be good at art? You gotta have these different kinds of goals. Um, but learn more about business. And yeah, just start making good art. Try to get better at your craft and just start sharing it more. Share your process, share everything. Just share your work. I was literally just reading a book today. Uh, and it's called Share Your Work, I think. Yeah, so like, so that's pretty much what it was all about. You know, everybody's so afraid to like, they don't know what to do or do this or do that. It's like, just do it. Like, do it and share your work. Like, so there it is without a glare. We kind of get a glare every time. I really need to fix this light somehow. I don't know how I can change it to where I don't have a glare as much and I'm still lit up nicely. I'll have to figure it out, but this is what it looks like without a glare when I lift it up. See, if I lift it this way, you get even more of a glare. So it's just the angle of the light that I need to mess with. I have this giant softbox up there. So I don't have a Bachelor of Fine Arts, to be honest. I have a degree. I have a bachelor in like it's not in fine art. You know, I did like graphic design and stuff, so it's not important. I don't think it's important to have a degree, especially with fine art. Like, I don't need a degree to start making art and selling stuff, you know? So, rainbow behind this? Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, some white pen I think would really bring this to life. So, maybe in the water, you know, I really want to figure out, let's do the white pen, I guess. I really want to figure out the color I'm gonna add. It's gonna have to be up here, because I'm not gonna add the color down here if I do white pen. Um, should I do a really bright pen or just kind of bright? Maybe just kind of bright, because it's not super, super white, you know? So I'm not gonna go crazy with it. Okay, this actually needs just a little bit of shading. Now that I'm looking at it, we need a little bit of shading under here. That'll give form to its neck and to this area. Just some light touches, a little bit of texture and stuff. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Missing anything else anywhere? I don't think so. I think we're good. I think we're good for now. Let's do the white pen. I'm just going to do it around this and then in these holes probably, and maybe a little right there, and maybe on the beak, and that'll be it. Maybe on the bird. I don't even know if I should add any on the bird. We'll see. But hopefully this will help. Hopefully it won't make it too chaotic. I mean, even if it does, it's too late. I'm going for it. So nothing we can do now. You know, you got to take risks with your art. You got to be willing to ruin it. You got to be willing to try something new. Not every time, but experiment, play around. Especially if it's just in a sketchbook like this and it's not a commission or something, you know. You're still trying to find your style or trying to figure out more of what you like, or it's a new subject, you know, just experiment, man. Just play around. Have fun with it. That's what I always try to do. Because it's just a drawing. I could always draw this goose again. I could just, you know, the next hour, tomorrow, I could just come back. If I ruin this one tomorrow, I can come back and draw this thing again. It's not a big deal. No big deal. Or just draw something else. Learn from that mistake, draw something else. It's like, it's not so precious, you know? Gosh, I really want to add color to this one, like in the back, some kind of splash, but I'm not even sure. Maybe I do like just some kind of like scribble. Like, I wonder if I could tape it off, like precisely tape it off, and then just do like an abstract, like wiggle with my brush and have it look like, I don't know. It might be cool. It'd be cool to do something like that. I don't know about this time, but maybe eventually. Yes, what do you guys think of this white pen? Good? We good? Sunset colored background? Maybe. Maybe. I'm thinking of just like one color, maybe two. It's very difficult to do these kind of colored backgrounds with watercolor on this paper. So I have to be very limited. You know, it's just like a splash of color back there, you know. Perhaps some distant ripples behind. Maybe, maybe. I don't want to distract too much. Yeah. Yeah, this is giving it life, I think. Definitely giving it life. That's what it needs. Yeah, white pen is good. Yeah, I agree. Thanks everybody for your input. Greatly appreciated. A little color on the back feathers? No, 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 no. No, no, no. Nothing like that. No, no. I'm talking about a splash of color in the background, not on the bird itself. You know, if there was like a tiny if this spot up here was like red instead of white, like I'd paint that, but no color, no big large color on the bird because I can't really do it. If you do that with watercolor, when I paint on this paper with watercolor, it has to be opaque. So the watercolor is pretty thick. You know, I can't do, this paper is not very tough paper. It's only 80-pound paper, I think, which means, yeah, normal watercolor paper is like 140 pound. You know, there's some that's a little less, you know, 110 pound or something, but 140 pound is kind of like the lowest you really want to go if you're doing watercolor. So with these kinds of drawings, it's just like little touches, little splashes of color, just to boost it a bit. I'll show you guys some examples, because I think there's a lot of new folks here today, so I'll show you guys examples of what I did uh, in the past, a few days ago, recently. I wish I could show you more, but some of them have actually sold, so I don't have them to show, only photos. You can see them online if you want on my website, schaeferfineart.com. And start fading it out down here. Don't want to go too far down. If you're new here, please hit the like button, folks. Please hit the thumbs up button if you like what you're seeing. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much pretty good. Don't need to go too much more with this, but I'll show you guys some examples real quick. So this is not an example. See, this is kind of like the splash of color that I do. This little bird had a little red spot there, so that was kind of cool. And then this green kind of really plays against that red, you know, green and red are complements. And then the green also represents kind of the background and the forest and everything. It's pretty cool. And this one, not my favorite, but you know, just a little play off the bird, the red-winged blackbird here. And then this little monkey thing. I don't know. It seemed really cool to have like a circle. So that's what I did recently. So I'm trying to think of something interesting here that would make this one, you know, different kind of. I think I am going to do some highlighting right on the beak here just to bring awareness, some kind of focal point up to the head. Something like that. I could do a little on the chest too, but I just don't want to overdo it. That's the problem, you know? Just don't want to overdo it. I'll bring a little interest back here. Just want to keep the eye moving around, you know? Maybe we got some like glare right there from really bright light. Will glare off the feathers. And then maybe right down here. It's just a little bit. You know, to be honest, I don't even know that this one really needs color in the background to really do anything. um, but because it is like, it's a pretty complete drawing, you know, but it's just something I want to play with this whole sketchbook. You know, I want to have a little splash of color in every drawing. So when we look back through, there's just a lot of experiments, a lot of, you know, something just interesting things happening. I'm going to go over this just a little bit more, just to darken up a little bit. There we go. It looks a little more realistic, I think. Yeah, pretty happy with this one today. Got lucky today. Got a good one. Definitely got a good one today. But it was a good photo, you know, it's good reference material to work from, so got lucky. Yeah, still not sure about this color splash, but I'm definitely gonna do it. Pretty sure I'm definitely gonna do it. There we go, little goose. So, yeah, what do you think, Nathan? Pretty good? I think the restraint works really well too. I'm just trying to think about a colored idea back here. You know, it would be cool if I could like contour tape of this, you know, this part of the neck and the body, and then just do like a scribble or something, or just maybe on the back a scribble with a little bit of, I don't know, or maybe just something. I don't want to do another circle, but I could see a potential like half circle here, as Lane pointed out earlier. I don't know if that's the location she meant. You know, back here would be a little weird. You know, gotta have something around the head, I feel. But I don't want to do a circle again because I just did one yesterday, or like the last drawing. And I know, and now this drawing looks really good, and now I'm afraid to do like some kind of touch of color because it feels like it doesn't even need it. Like, but part of me feels like it does. It does need it. Um, Yeah, thanks, folks. Thanks. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have you ever used watercolor pencils? No, I have not. I have not. Try an orange yellow circle like a sun. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking like an orange yellow sun, but just did a circle. I don't really. Contour is just, contour is just like a curve, like that. The contour of this is all the outlining of it, kind of. How about some blades of grass? Nah. He's floating in water, man. I don't want to have grass coming in. I know, man. That's the trouble, Nathan. It is nice as it is. Do I just not do the color just because it's a nice drawing? I wanted to have the sketchbook be like splashes of color, you know? Hmm. But yeah, when I see this one, it's like I don't know what to add because it feel like anything I add would like push it over the edge, you know? It's like too much. And I don't want it to be too much, you know? But there's a very small part of me that just thinks it's missing something. Do it. Don't do it if you don't like it. I don't know. I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I do like the circle idea. I'm not knocking it. I like the circle idea. I just don't want to do something I just did. That's the problem. Didn't you just say you have to take risks? Exactly. I'm not done with this one. That's my point. Yeah, you were exactly right. Gotta risk this one, right? Because guess what? If I do an interesting color or something, it could actually improve it. It could actually like really make it better. So, so I'm thinking of color now. Thinking what kind of color? Red is always dangerous with this kind of thing because it could be blood, you know. So, gotta be careful with reds. Oranges and yellows, it's always good. I mean, I like oranges and yellows. This blue is really lovely, as we have seen. It's very nice. Um, I don't really have many other colors, to be honest. We have a dark blue, we have Viridian, which is kind of weak. We have this brown. I could use transparent red oxide to be like the color of the feathers, but not on the bird. Could be interesting. I don't know. I don't know how it would look on this paper. That's something we could test real quick. Where's my test sheet? We have this test sheet. So you could see this is what I did last week, this color. I did this kind of reddish orange before. Actually, that was pretty nice. But yeah, we don't really want to splatter like this. We don't really want a red splatters, you know. This blue was nice before. Um, yeah, we could try yellow and orange. I don't know what yellow and orange would look like. I don't know what transparent red oxide would look like. Just try it, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. Let me try not to get water on this drawing either. Let's try not to ruin what I just did. So we got to use pretty thick paint. I'm going to try this transparent red oxide just because I'm curious. I may not use it, but it does have a nice red tint to it as a brown. And, it's not just brown. It's very transparent. Really nice. Just see what it looks like on this paper. Could look like crap. Could look totally dumb, and I'm well aware of that, but just gotta try it. That is a beautiful color. I really love that because it almost has these yellow undertones to it when it gets less pigment, you know? Like that's really nice. It's like red with a red brown with yellow. I mean, it's almost the same color as the bird, to be honest. And unfortunately, you guys can't really see the actual color because this camera is not really that great. You know, yeah, it looks so boring. It looks so boring on the cameras. That's unfortunate. But yeah, I don't know if I'm sold on that. Let's try a different color. Maybe one day I'll use that. Yeah, see, it's just kind of like red, orange, but let's try like yellow and orange. I think yellow is kind of difficult because when you use it, it usually fades, you know. Um, yeah, the purple would be nice too. Yeah, I did think about that. It's a little dark, but yep, I'm trying orange and yellow. Hey Kim, how's it going? Splatter seems appropriate if you cover the duck and stuff. Yeah, I mean, possibly could try that. Um, just what color would I splatter? You know, that's it's definitely not going to be red. No red splatters. Let's try yellow. Let's just see what happens. Just a little bit of red mixed in here, but okay, it's a little too watery. So we're gonna have to get all the water out of there. Let's try it like that. Just a touch of moisture. It's very difficult getting the right water to pigment ratio for this. If it's too much water, it's not going to look good, and if it's not enough water, you're going to get really dry brushing like that, which is kind of nice, but sometimes you want a stroke like this, where it's like really nice, but also a little bit of dry brushing, and sometimes it's very difficult to get that. See, this is a little too wet, slightly, but not too bad. But yeah, the yellow kind of gets lost, to be honest. It's a little bright, and it's going to fade a lot. I can already tell. I can just see it fading already. Yeah, see, it just gets really dark. You know, if I'm going to do a yellow ochre would be cool. A little more natural. I don't know how it would look. Yeah, Lane, you were right. I need a stripe. I need a page of just like stripe swatches of all my whole palette, just so I know what it's going to look like when it dries. Kind of running out of yellow ochre here, or at least pure yellow ochre that I can use. I still have all these little clumps of stuff here. I mean, it's crazy to think about this, guys, but all these little clumps and this hard stuff right here, it's actually red sand from Hawaii, um, from almost 2 years ago, next month. I still have like red sand because I painted on a red sand beach, like right here. Got red sand. It's like these big rock pebble things. And I laid my palette down in the sand, and I accidentally moved it, and all this sand went on my palette. So now I've been cursed for years with little red pebbles. It wasn't really sand, it's like these little pebbles. It's really painful on my feet actually, but yeah, it's funny how that is still there after 2 years almost. I don't know if it'll probably be there 5 years from now. I'll have little bits of red sand still stuck in my paint. Yeah, I really like the yellow ochre looks a lot better, to be honest. That one looks still not as strong though. Let me try to lower the moisture content here. Take it back to grade school, Elmer's glue and glitter. No, man. I learned in college that They said no glitter for any of the projects because it's the herpes of the art world. Because once you get it on, once you get it on something, it's not you can't get it off. That's what they called it. I mean, this yellow ochre is really nice, actually. I kind of like yellow ochre, but I wish I could get it a little bit more strong. This is a little too crazy color, yellow, but this is very natural, very nice. I get some nice strokes with that. It's really nice earthy yellow that could look pretty cool. I just don't know what shape I would do or what I would do, but I do like the yellow ochre to be honest. I know it looks crappy on the computer, but I might be sold on yellow ochre right now. It could have been a gold foil project. It really could have. You just have to wait 30 minutes to let it dry. We don't really have that kind of time, but if I would have known 15 minutes ago, we could have done that. We're gonna do that one time in the future in this sketchbook. Definitely, we'll do. I got the gold. I got the 24 karat gold. What do they call it? Gold leaf. I got the gold leaf. We can do it. Okay, what's another color we can try, folks? I have a alizarin crimson. That one, I'm not really sold on that one for this either. Yellow ochre, cobalt teal, the purple. I mean, yeah, the yellow ochre is really nice. Um, yeah, the yellow ochre is really nice. I'm gonna see what this purple might look like, just for any kind of future reference. Let's see. Hey, thanks, TAS. Thanks for joining. Glad you liked the drawing so far. Currently I'm trying to figure out, here's the drawing. So I'm currently trying to figure out some kind of color splash for the background. Just very, just like a splash of color like this, some kind of, that's too watery, too much water. I have to dry that. Let's do it up here near the edge. Yeah, it's still too watery. That that one's difficult. I don't know why it seems so watery. There we go. Yeah, I don't really like how that paint goes on. Oh, there we go. I think the purple is a little too crazy by itself for this one. I'm really feeling more of an earthy color, like that yellow ochre. I really like the yellow ochre. I feel like a purple like this is just doesn't go with. I mean, it is beautiful actually, but some kind of. I really don't know, guys. I really don't know. I should learn some 3D software. No, I got enough stuff I already know how to do. I already edit videos. I know After Effects. I got too much stuff. I don't want to learn any 3D software. I like traditional or mediums. Purposely gray. The yellow is nice too. Yeah, orange. Go with yellow. Yellow ochre looks nice. Yeah. All right, let's see what the orange looks like. I don't think I'm gonna like the orange, but it is a color I haven't tried. It's not actually orange. This is actually Indian yellow, so it's very transparent. It's kind of a weird orange, but it is useful for getting interesting greens. And I kind of always forget to do that, but no, I'm not going to put any color on the bird. No color on the bird. That's kind of the point. Is like it's interesting. Like you keep the subject no color, but you have color in the background. I know it's a weird thing, but it's just what I decide to do. It's how I decide to do it. Because if I put this color on top of the bird, it's going to cover up the ink. It's going to cover up the ink. Because I can't make it. It's it's mostly opaque. It's very opaque. It has to be really heavy color for it to look good. So yeah, there's the orange. I'm thinking of either purple or yellow ochre, to be honest. What bird is it? Is it the Canada goose that like they have like or is it some kind of duck that has like purple on their wings? Isn't it the Canada goose? I think like either the females or the males, don't they have like a purple, they have like a purple kind of patch somewhere sometimes on their wings? You know, not in this photo. This photo they're all brown. But I think anybody else see that before on a Canada goose? They have like this kind of purpley it's almost like iridescent feathers. I mean, that's why I'm thinking of purple for this one. Even though I don't really like that color of purple and the way it dried, it's a little too light to be honest. But it is almost the color of their like iridescent little feathers. No, I know the mallard ducks are green. I know that. Um, yeah, you have to look up. Somebody has to look up Canada goose with purple on their feathers. I've seen it. I've seen it. It's not the mallard ducks. I know they're green. Maybe it is. Maybe they have the purple on them. I've seen purple on a bird like this. I just don't remember which one. Mm. Well, guys, I don't know. I'm like I'm so torn with this. Oh, okay, okay. Some ducks and geese have an oil slick iridescence that has purple and turquoise in it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, I think. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And I thought it was these, I've seen these geese, I thought, have that. Oh, it's the mallard duck? Okay. I'm mistaken. I'm mistaken. Okay, scrap that idea. Maybe we go with yellow ochre. So if we look at, let's try to look at yellow, just the yellow ochre here. I think goes really well with this. I don't know. Let's just do it. Let's just do something. At this point, I'm not really sure. Um, just don't want it to be too distracting. What if I did, what if I did like a triangular shape? What if I did like a, how would I do that? Maybe like some kind of triangle. I need like a, I don't know, some kind of, is there any kind of triangular shape I could do that would be interesting? Wouldn't, I think that's too aggressive for this bird, so I have to do like, I was thinking about doing like some kind of vertical. Initially, before I started drawing this, I was thinking about doing some kind of like vertical background stroke or something, but now I see it would take away from the head. So I'm just trying to, it's something I got to plan out a little bit. I can't just do something, you know? And maybe I do a yellow ochre circle in the background, you know? Um, yeah, where's my pencil? This is what I should do. Let's try to draw something out like yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever. Sometime. Let's see if I did like a. Is that too much? I want it to be more of a circle. It's not really a circle. Like a weird placement. Didn't I have a circle thing I used the other day? What was that? What did I use? Oh, here we go. I used this tape. That's what I used. Let's see. It was pretty close. Something soft. I don't know what that means. Like a cloud. I'm gonna start defaulting to circles every time now. Yeah, that looks kind of weird. That looks a little off. That looks a little off. Okay. Let's try. Ooh, what if we did that? That would be challenging actually if I did this. If I did this. Let's try it. Let's see what it looks like though. I guess. So I'm gonna have to go all around. I mean, that looks cool, but that's uh that's tough. That's gonna be tough. But I do kind of like that actually. I kind of like that. You know, the bottom of the circle is coming down, kind of it brings focus down to the body, and the head brings you back up. It's pretty interesting. Oh, Lane, if you're still here, if only you would have reminded me of the gold leaf about an hour ago. Once I finished the bird, I could have did the gold leaf glue, and then by the time I finished this, we could have did the gold leaf. Darn. Now I'm blaming you. It's not your fault. Um, so use the shadow, but don't fill it in solid. What the heck does that mean? Yep, I'm gonna go for this, guys. No feedback? Nobody has feedback? If I did like a yellow ochre, bluish, yellow ochre, not fill it in completely, obviously. It's not gonna be solid. I'm just kidding, Lane. Don't worry. One day we're gonna do. Oh, I figured. I think I know what I'm gonna do, Lane. Got it figured out. We're gonna do that chicken, that one chicken with the gold leaf behind it. That's it. That's it. All right, cool. Let's do this. Because I have no other idea, so we're going for it. We're going all the way. We're going all the way, folks. Here it is. Halo Ochre, let's just do it. It's almost been on here too long. I gotta get off and eat some dinner, so gonna gonna do this. It's too wet. Let's get it drier. Yep. Hopefully it'll look great. If it doesn't, then oh well. I tried. So all I can do is my best here. So we're gonna try it. This could ruin it, and it probably will. But but I'm hoping it doesn't. Hoping it doesn't. Where do we start? We start on this side and move this way, I guess. Well, no one's screaming "Don't do it" or "Stop," so it's it's kind of a good sign, I guess, right? See, that color looks nice with it. It does look nice on the brush. Okay. I'm stalling here. Okay. I just want to make sure no one's saying anything. Okay. We do it. We go for it. We're going. Oh, too late. We're going. We're going all in, folks. We're going all in. Going all in. Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay, everybody's getting lag. I don't know why. It seems the internet. It's good on my end. There's no stream, no dropping frames or anything. So it must be a YouTube problem, I guess. It's always annoying. You guys are lagging in the best part here. Of course, YouTube would do that to me. You know, you can't have it be smooth in the climax of the whole live stream, you know? Couldn't be that good. Okay. Let's see where we're at right now. So that's where we're at. Um, Let me step back from it. Give me a second. Got to look at it a little further away. Need to take a break. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect, actually. Show you guys. I'll show you guys from a little further view of it overall. So yeah, I think that really worked. You know, I don't know if it's like it's not moonlight or anything, but it kind of looks like it just because of the water and the, you know, it's pretty cool. So yeah, there's what it looks like with no glare. You know, it's a bit darker. So that's a pretty strong one. That's a pretty strong one. And I like the use of like just a solid color to really, you know, set it off. It's pretty. I'll try to darken the thicken up some of the outline here around the bird. And I even like the pencil line that I have there. I'm just gonna leave it because it's kind of cool. It's like a very light line. It's something you only see when you have it, and it actually adds to it. You know, it's really hard to see on the camera, but it really adds to it. You know, this little construction line there. It's kind of cool. So anyway, sorry it was lagging, guys, on the yeah, it's not really the sun, it's just a random shape, basically. I mean, you can interpret it whatever you want it to be, but yeah, just trying to do abstract backgrounds, you know. Pretty cool. Definitely something different. I've never done stuff like this before, so really cool. Cool to play around. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. If you want to see other art and stuff I do, check out my website, schaeferfineart.com. I got some other pen and ink drawings, different background stuff that I've tried, and watercolors as well. So check all those out over on my website. I also have a support page with links to PayPal, Venmo, t-shirts, Patreon page, and a Bandcamp page where I make instrumental music. So you can check that out as well. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Also, if you're new here, you just showed up, please hit the like button. If you like what you see, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Support the channel, greatly appreciated. We do live streams, 3 to 4 times a week, and we just alternate. You know, we do pen and ink one day with color, and then watercolor painting the next day. Pen and ink with color, watercolor next day. So that's what I do here. Um, yeah, I really like the white ink. Really, the minimal white ink here really brought it to life. And then this little splash of color really enhanced it, guys. Remember, I thought like might not even need this, right? Everybody was saying like, oh, just leave it as it is, you know, without it. But I think it enhanced it a little bit, you know, in some way. You know, if that you see that hanging on the wall, it's just gonna have a different impact um, than without the color. You know, if you hang this up on your wall, people from across the room are gonna see, they're gonna be attracted to this yellow spot, and they're like, what is that? You know, they walk closer, they're gonna see it's a pen and ink drawing of a goose. So my next live stream will most likely be Monday. Not 100% sure, but probably Monday. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Any last minute questions, let me know. But if not, I'm gonna get off here. Gonna grab a book and go eat some dinner. So grab a book from my library back here. Oh. Anyway, yeah, have a good one, everybody. No questions, so I'm gonna get off here and have a good weekend, everyone. I'll see you guys on the next one, I guess. Trying to type something, but it's going very slow.